There have been two moments in my life when I was happiest. The first was the day I met Josh.
I'm Josh.
I'm Iris. And the second, the day I killed him.
Hello.
Hi.
You guys are amazing in the film.
Oh, thank you.
If you could experience any movie in IMAX again or for the first time, could be whatever you want. Just as a fan, what would you want to experience and why?
For me, just because I've seen it more than any other movie, it's Jaws. I love Jaws. Those characters are so good.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I would just love to see it for the first time. Just have my memory wiped and go for it.
I saw Dune 2 and thought I was going to have a panic attack because it was so loud in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Where that was just insane. The sound design for that was bonkers, and you get to experience that in IMAX.
Honestly, I didn't see that Dune 2 in IMAX. I now need to. Are they re-releasing it?
The cast in this film, the chemistry worked great. And, you know, I always think there's a lot of unseen work that goes into that, right? Like, it doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
So I would love if you could talk about that experience of bringing the cast together, and if you had any anecdotes about getting to work with them that you're really proud of that you're going to remember going forward in your career.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best anecdote about their chemistry is their chemistry read was done over Zoom. Like the idea of feeling two actors like reacting and feeding off of each other. Like to think about that it came across over a tiny little box on a computer screen. Like, I don't recommend anyone doing chemistry reads over Zoom. We had to just because we were all separated, But, you know, it was just apparent immediately that Jack and Sophie you bought them as a couple. It felt lived in immediately. Like, as soon as they had their back and forth, like, it's like, yes, you could buy that this is a real couple that's been together for several months. And like, yeah, that's the hardest thing is in a story like this, just to buy that these people know each other, that they like each other. Yeah, and that's just a credit to them.
I got to talk about your guys' chemistry. Like, the cast chemistry in this movie was awesome. Okay, sorry, I'll skip to the next one. But I wanted to ask, like, if you guys had any fun stories from on set that kind of, like, contributed to your guys' good chemistry that you will remember when you look back in this film.
I think it was really easy to get along with everyone, but I played a prank on every one of my cast members, except for Rupert Friend, because I was like, that might be a little
too terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like so just like posh and British, and I was like, I'm just not gonna mess with that. But I basically like hid in every one of their rooms whenever I got a chance, and I scared them because it's a thriller. I got to get a couple of thrilling moments, and that was really fun for me personally.
Some of them were terrifying. Like, it was like we're shooting in the middle of the woods, and your dressing room is a cabin. Like, you get your own cabin to dress up in the middle of the woods, and it's like a hike to your cabin, and it's dark, and you hear a noise in your bathroom, and you don't know what it is, and then all of a sudden she runs out and screams, and like you're half dressed, and you're like, ah! And then it's like, oh my God, Megan. It's funny. It was really funny. It was good. Yeah.
My favorite is our Best Western, or whatever the hotel. What was the hotel?
Best
Western Holiday Inn, whatever it was.
Yeah. In Fishkill,
New York, thinking it was a karaoke night when it was actually a local band night, and taking over and doing karaoke.
He stepped up on stage and it's like, this is my song. I want to sing this song karaoke night. And they're like, we're a live band.
Sir, get off the stage.
Sir. And he didn't sing one song. He sang two.
Why should fans experience Companion on that wonderful big screen that is IMAX?
It is a very, socially conscious movie. It is about something. It is very timely. However, it's also, you get to have your cake and eat it too. It's also just this big, fun blast of a movie. So I think you should see it in the biggest theater possible, on the biggest screen possible, with the biggest crowd possible.
It's the most immersive in IMAX.
Specifically, two genres that I think that you have to see with a crowd are comedies and horror movies. You want to react, you want to, feel the gasps around you, you want to feel the surprise, and so I mean, like, there are no shortage of surprises and comedic moments and horror moments in this movie, and so I just think it's just so special to feel it with other people around you.
This is your directorial debut feature film-wise, right? So, how is that? And I've always been so curious, like, how is that to get to experience it in IMAX for your first one? Like, that is a really rare feat, and I've talked to a lot of directors, and I think it's a really cool thing, particularly for you. So I would love to kind of pick your brain on how it is as a filmmaker to experience your first film in that crazy big screen.
It's just the whole experience. I say this all the time, but it's surreal and absurd, and just to make something, and you think it's just this small story, and then just to get it put on this like epic format is like it's a dream come true. There are a couple Easter eggs that are visual Easter eggs that I think seeing it in IMAX maybe maybe people will notice those. I don't want to give them away, but yeah, like I would be interested to see if people start picking up on these things that we've hid in the movie that you might need like a large format to pick up on. Yeah.